Selena, Selena. Selena, Selena. Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Ooh, what we talking about? Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Girl, you know I wanna hear it all. I know you got the tea right. Lighten up the city right. City light. Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Ooh, what we talking about? Selena, Selena.
Hey y'all. I hope everybody likes my new little theme song. I'm gonna do like an intro, but I want to introduce my new song for 2026. My real homeboy from Oak Cliff hooked me up with that little track, and I really appreciate it. I really like it, so I hope you guys like it. Hey, Cutting Edge. Hey, CC. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Chill. I am so thankful to be in 2026. Some people didn't make it, but I made it. You guys made it. So that's a blessing. Okay. And so I just wanted to come through and talk a little bit about my subject today. And I want to say hello to all my supporters and my lovers, and even hello to my haters and the people that monitor my page to see if I'm going to talk about them today, which I am not. I'm going to be talking about stop trying to prove yourself to others. You only have two people to worry about. Who are those two people? For some people, they're different. My two people is God and myself. I used to be a person that would worry so much about people and being a people pleaser, and I found out that you will truly be disappointed with yourself and other people because you are always trying to measure up to someone else's standards. And the two things, well, there's a lot of things that I won't do this year, but one thing I won't do is convince other people or try to please other people, to appease them, to make them believe good things about me. Listen, newsflash for those who don't know, I think we all know on a conscious level, but subconsciously, we sometimes get confused, or we don't really take our own advice. When it comes down to it, stop trying to please other people. Stop trying to make yourself look good for other people to like you. Stop trying to convince people that you're a good person and that you're not this type of person, because newsflash, people just don't care. Whatever people's opinion about you is their opinion, and it's stuck like Chuck at the end of the day. And some people just refuse to see you as a good person. Some people refuse to see that you're a person that's trying to do right. Some people refuse to see that you're a person that's a work in progress and you're working on yourself every day. They refuse to. And what do you do with those people? You leave them by the wayside and you keep moving forward, because at the end of the day, the only person you need to be worried about is your creator and yourself. Those are the only two that you need to be more concerned about their opinions of you. And so as I go into 2026, there's some other things that I refuse to do. I refuse to go back and forth with people that don't matter to me. Even if you do matter, I'm not going back and forth. Another thing I refuse to do is again, to please and convince people about who I am and what my intentions are. Another thing I said to myself I'm gonna stop doing is going out of my way. If I'm going out of my way and there's nothing for me to get anything out of it, if it's just a waste of time, you a trash person, you ain't trying to do right, you ain't trying to improve yourself and be a decent person, I don't have time. I'm not going out of my way for you. So those are the things that I've learned today. Those are the things that I've learned that I should have applied later, earlier, but it's better to get it now than to never get it, right? And so I just said that those are the things that I'm working on this year. And one thing, once I really started to understand who I am and how God made me, I stopped trying to put be everybody's uh, model of what they think I should be, what they think I should say, what they think that I should look like. And in social media, we often struggle with trying to form into what other people's ideal of beauty, what people's ideal of what power and what being successful is, because we're so busy looking at other people and their ideal of you. And so I'm going to start using some of these little sounds that we got. I'm going to give myself an applause and toot my own horn. Thank you, y'all. So shout out to StreamYard for putting these extra little things in, these extra little sounds on here that I didn't know nothing about. But I said something, y'all. A lot of the times we are so busy looking at other people. And hello to everybody that came in. Thank you for coming in, Boss Up. Thank you for coming in Shot. Thank you, Devon D, for coming in. And if you feel blessed enough to bless me, I appreciate it. I'm trying to reach my goal to five super chats. But if not, hey, I'm gonna keep going anyway. But I wanted to make sure that people know in 2026, quit wasting your time trying to prove other people. And I really think that consciously we know that, but a lot of times subconsciously we forget that. We forget that because we're so busy trying to be liked and trying to be accepted. And I'm going to tell you I'm going to give you my honest thoughts on that. A lot of the times it's because we didn't get something in our childhood. We didn't get daddy's approval. We didn't get mommy's approval. And sometimes the absence of a parent, the absence of someone in your life important to you can leave major wounds in our life, and we go out to others and other things to get acceptance. If we make a lot of money, we gonna throw it up in everybody's face and let everybody know we got all this money. We throwing it left and right. We trying to make everybody know we the big ballers, shop callers or whatever. We doing big. We doing it big. So we spending our money. And that's another sign when you have people that have an identity crisis. They have an identity loss because they define their love. They define their acceptance in material things. And they throw it around everywhere. Some people do it in beauty. Some people do it in other ways to show you that they're better, that they deserve to be accepted by you because they have this, they have that. But the problem is, if you don't accept yourself, that's the major problem. When you don't accept yourself and love you for who you are, who God created you to be, because from what I checked, we are God's masterpiece. We are created in God's image. So we have a part of God within us. And that's what you need to know. When you're so busy searching for your identity because you didn't get it from mama, you didn't get it from daddy, you didn't get it from somebody that should have gave it to you, you go out into other things to get acceptance, to get an identity. And that's where a lot of people be messing up. And that's why you find so many people want to throw stuff in people's faces because they want to show you that they made it. But your real identity is your soul and who you really are. When the lights is off, when nobody is around you, when you looking in the mirror by yourself, when you don't have a big crowd around you, that's who you really are. So you need to stop going outside of other things when it's already within you. You see what I'm saying? And so thank you so much, Chill. I really appreciate being my first person. I really appreciate giving me a first super chat. And see, this is why I don't get so I don't really, people when they throw things and try to show that they got this going on, they get a part of their identity from their successes. But at the end of the day, your real identity, who you really are, is already with you. It's already within you. You just have to find it. You're so busy trying to find it in other things and other people that you're forgetting that it's already there. And that's why I know when people have identity crisis, because they're so busy trying to prove to other people that they got it like that they're this, they're the big man, they're the big woman, they the boss chick, they the boss man or whatever. They so busy throwing it around here. They even get their identity from relationships. Some people don't even know who they are if they don't have a woman or a man. Y'all, it's some people out there, if they don't have a woman or a man, they're lost. They don't know who they are. They get their identity from relationships. And some get their identity from being a player. Some people get their identity from being a hoe, right? So every time you see people, even yourself, and you're so busy trying to get identity from something other than who you are, you have an identity crisis. And people, if I'm being honest with you, I can say I have at one point been that way. See, I don't always talk about what other people do. I talk about me. That's why I said including me. So when people want to judge me or say, well, you need to look at I look at myself. That's how I know people don't really listen to hear. They listen to judge. They don't listen to hear. See, it's a easy thing to judge people from your perceptions, but when you're really listening to people, when you're really hearing what they're saying, you'll know that, hey, they're either this or that. And so that's why I always tell you, I include myself, because I had identity crisis. Thank you so much, Boss Up. I appreciate you. I had identity crisis. I sometimes would identify because I had a big breast, a big butt, or a pretty face, or I was really smart in school, or I got the most attention. Sometimes we get our identities from the wrong things. So when I started to grow up and mature a little bit, and it's more and more every year, every day, I start to realize I don't get my identity from how I look. I don't get my identity how many men like me. I don't get my identity how smart I am in school. I don't get my identity on how articulate I can be. I don't get my identity from how of a charming personality or a magnetic personality I may have. I get my identity from God. I get my identity because it was already there. I don't have to go out searching for other things. I don't have to go out searching for other people to get what's already within me. Right? Hey, Miss V, how are you? And I just said something. I'm going to do another applause because it is so cute. Okay. So those are the things that I realized this year. And that's why a lot of the times when you see so many people that are constantly begging for people to accept them, and they don't do it in a way like, please accept me. But really, that's what they're really saying when they're constantly trying to prove to people that they are innocent, or they constantly trying to prove to people that I'm a nice person, I'm a good person. When they constantly try to prove to people something that, people are either going to like you or not, and you have to accept that. That's a part of growing up in life. I learned that rejection is not always a bad thing. Rejection can sometimes mean God's protection. Everybody that's rocking with you don't mean that they're really for you. So when people don't like you, or when people don't want to be around you, or when people don't want to see you in a good way, that may be a good thing. Maybe those people, that they don't need to be around you. You don't need to be yoked up with those people. You don't need to be around those people, right? Those people have no purpose. So when you start to realize that you are God's masterpiece, that you have purpose in your life, and see, that's another thing that people, hey Ron, that people miss out on. They don't have a purpose. They're lost. They're wandering around here trying to figure out, what is my purpose? The first thing is to ask yourself. And then once you ask yourself, look at your own life and see what kind of things that you're good at, what kind of things that you have done well in and was able to help other people with. Sometimes you will find your purpose in that, and some people find their purpose in pain. See, a lot of times we want to get our identities from the wrong things. See, what you've been through, it shaped you to be who you are. And you can turn it around and flip it as your purpose to help other people and to help yourself. Because it's a twofold thing. It ain't just one-sided. When you're helping other people with your own purpose, you're going to end up helping yourself. You get satisfaction from it. And in turn, it really starts to really build up your confidence, and it really shows you who you really are supposed to be, right? And so as I go through this journey called life, I start to realize I don't want everybody's acceptance anyway. To me, I don't even I like a lot of people, but I don't like a lot of people. So it don't matter to me if you don't like me. It don't matter to me if you don't like my voice. It don't matter to me if you think I yell too much. It don't matter to me if you think I'm fat. It doesn't matter to me if you think I'm ugly. It doesn't matter to me even if you think I'm rude. At the end of the day, I'm not for you. You not my type of people. Just like I'm not yours, you not mine, right? And so I started to really realize my acceptance is really, it comes more from me, what I think of myself, how I accept myself, how I see myself. And that's why you have to be transformed, being the renewing your mind every day to transform your mind, to transform your thinking, because you'll realize that other opinions of people's opinions should be very little to you. Now, I'm not saying don't go around here and be a bad person, a mean person, and just be a terrible person. And I'm not saying that and think nothing of it. What I am saying is sometimes what people think about you could be just their perception. It could be a perception it could be perception, but it could be out of a lie. What I mean by that is sometimes people don't really see you for who you are because they're going by their perception. And even though they don't know you, they're going by what they think. But you know who you are. You know what you've been through. So really, from their perception is a lie because they really don't know you. They really don't know who you are. They really don't know what you've been through. They really don't know what you have in your heart and the intentions and the motivations of your heart and what moves you, right? And so once we understand that, hey, Joy, once we understand that, we move accordingly. We stop paying attention to all the negative, what people said about you, what people think, oh, she's messy, oh, she's fake, oh, he's this type of person, he's that type of person. We stop listening to the negative noise. Now, if it's true, it's true. You got to take accountability for it, and you got to change if you want to. I notice a lot of people don't care about changing or being decent. They're going to be who they are. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. But if you really do care because you just don't want to be that type of way, you start looking at certain things. Hey, I need to change this. Maybe I could be a little bit messy. Maybe I could be a little self-centered. Maybe I could be a little bit vulgar over here. Right? And we start to really see ourselves, and we don't make excuses for it and we take accountability for those things. Right? Hey, Carl, how are you? So I really just started this year to just really just kind of be like, I got to take more self-inventory on what's going on within me. Do I really care about how people see me or think about me? Of course, I don't want people to think I'm a bad person. Of course, I don't want people to think I'm a vile person or whatever. And there's a little part of us that should, to an extent, just a little bit, not to the point to where I'm trying to convince you every day, every year that I'm this type of person. Either you like me or you don't. Either you see improvement in me or you don't. Either you want to rock with me or you don't. Either way, it don't matter to me. I'm at the point in my life, and I say this a lot, that I am not focusing on the noise. And when I'm talking about the noise, I'm talking about negative noise, people that don't know you, haven't walked in the way you've walked, haven't been in your shoes, haven't cried the nights you've cried, haven't strived through even though you wanted to give up, haven't been depressed and trying to figure out if you want to go another day. I don't care nothing about what you got to say, because at the end of the day, it's more about what God thinks about me, and it's what I think of myself. When I look in the mirror, I look at me. I don't look at Joy. I don't look at Cutting Edge. I see me. So I gotta face me, right? Hey, 309, I gotta face me. So I have really thought about a lot of stuff. And I said, I just see so many times I'm looking on social media, and not just social media, but you see it at work, you see it at school, you see it in your family, where sometimes and so many times you'll see people that are begging and wanting people to accept them and wanting to appease people and please people. And they're driving themselves absolutely nuts. They're driving themselves nuts because they're trying to prove and make other people believe. Believe me, I'm telling you, I'm this type of person. I'm not this type of person they said about me. I'm not this type of person they may think about. I'm this type. You can say that until you red in the face, and people do not care. Whatever people's opinion of them, unless they really have did some self-improvement on themselves and have enough common sense to know that, you know, everything that seems a way may not be a way. But you got some people, once they have put in their mind that they don't like you, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can say. Follow me. There is nothing you can do or say. Just be you. Improve on yourself. Block the noise out, because if you're gonna live a long life, you're gonna have to ignore a lot of things. Now, some things you gotta nip it in the bud, because some things is just too out. Yeah, it's too out of sorts. I need to put, this needs to be put in place. I need to show you this, the buck stops here, right? There's some things like that. But there's some things in life you're going to have to learn to ignore, because if you don't, you will constantly be in war with people. And most of all, you'll be in war within yourself. You're warring within yourself, trying to prove to yourself that you're this type of person, trying to say to yourself, I am this type of person, trying to make yourself believe this, trying to make your other people believe this. And it's like you are really sinking in quicksand. And I can't stress it enough. And a lot of the times we really say this consciously, I don't care. I don't care what people think of me. I am who I am, or whatever. I don't have to convince anybody. But subconsciously, we do. Subconsciously, we are drowning because we want that acceptance. But just remember, in life, everybody's not going to accept you. Everybody's not going to think good of you. Everybody's not going to like you. And again, we know it consciously, but subconsciously, we forget. Right? We forget. So I have to really say to myself a lot of the times, what do you think about you, Selena? Forget about what Keisha, Tiffany, Derek, Eric, Ray, Pookie, Bonquisha. Forget what they think about you. What do you think about you? What do you think about you? And since this is Sunday, right? I want to go into Ephesians 2:10, and it says, for we are God's masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God beforehand planned for us, that we should walk in it. So basically it's telling you, you God's masterpiece. And he had a purpose in mind when he created you. So your purpose is different from Joy. My purpose is different from Cece. My purpose is different from anybody in this chat, just like y'all purpose is different from mine. God thought enough of me and thought enough of you that he made you into a masterpiece. And you got to find out what that purpose that he made you for from the beginning of time. Your purpose could be being a good mother, being a good father, being a mentor, being a school teacher, being able to, teach people how to garden, being able to teach people how to farm. Whatever your purpose is, you got to find that out. And in that purpose is what creates worth in you. It creates value. It creates your true identity, what your true identity really is. So you won't be so busy. Hey, Derry, you won't be so busy looking for identity from things and people. I gotta throw my money everywhere so y'all can know I'm the boss. But it's really fruitless because your attentions and your heart not right. And you trying to prove to people that don't care. They just laughing at how stupid you look. Or a woman that's going out here giving herself, to men. She's going out here showing everything on Instagram. She think her purpose is just to be beautiful. But you should want to be more than ass and tits, right? People get their identity from the wrong thing. And that's where we have some internal work that we have to do, right? Some internal work that we have to do. And please press the like button. Hey, Phoenix, how are you? Please press Realiz. What's good? Sorry, I've just been talking and I just, sometimes don't pay attention. But thank y'all so much for coming through. But please press the like button. I truly would appreciate it. But yeah, those are the things that we get our identity from. Those are the things we should get our identity from. We are not here by accidents, not by coincidence. And I'm sorry. I believe very little in evolution. I believe that there's more to just us being a rock and just thrown down here and evolving into something. We actually had a purpose in mind when we were put on this earth. And it's not to look cute. It's not to flaunt around what we have. It's not to go out here and just be destructive. It's actually meant to do something. It's just positive. It's actually meant to do something where we're helping not only ourselves, but helping somebody else. Right. And that's what I learned. Hey, Rich, how are you? Good to see you. And that's what I learned in life. God gives us gifts and talents for a reason. My gift is I have always had a voice. I hated speech class, but my professor said in my college, my earlier college years, that I was the best speaker in her class. She said, Selena, you need to go into radio. You need to go into something. You don't need to just sit on your voice, right? So I learned that may be one of my talents. Now, have I honed into it all the way? Absolutely not. I think it's a work in progress for me because I really, as much as y'all may think, I really don't like talking in front of people. I really don't like getting sometimes on here. That's why sometimes you see me take long breaks now, because if I don't have any purpose or anything to say, I don't think just coming on here just talking is good. It's a waste of my time and yours, unless it's actually something worth talking about. So when I come on here, it's for a purpose in mind. It's not because it's just such a hobby and I have nothing else to do, because I could be engaging with someone else or somebody else's. Well, that's not improper English, but somebody else. Or I could be watching a movie, or I could be eating, or being with my family, significant other, whoever. So I come on here for a purpose. And this was a purpose in mind that I had when I thought about identity crisis and how so many people suffer from identity crisis and they don't even know it. Have you ever seen people that are like 5 different people? They don't even know who they are. They're their friend, they're their mama, they're their daddy, They everybody else but themselves. You have an identity crisis because you're trying to appease everyone when that's just impossible. Not almost, it's impossible. It's impossible. You'll never be able to please everyone. You'll never be accepted by everyone. There's some people you can say, I'm black. They'll say you white. You can say, I try to be a decent person. They'll say you evil. You can say, I try to, I try to do the right thing. They say, oh, she's messy. She has bad intentions. She's a snake, right? So you'll never be able. Hey, Senna, you'll never be able to please everybody. Hey, writers, you'll never be able to please everyone. And that's why a lot of the times now I don't even care if you don't like what I got to say. I don't care if you think I'm boring. I'm just not for you. And you not my type of people, and I'm not yours. And I'm good with that. I have accepted that everybody's not going to like my content. I have accepted that everybody's not going to like how I deliver it. I have accepted that everybody's not going to like my views. I have accepted that some people may think I'm just plain fake. I have even accepted that some people just think I'm the worst person in the whole wide world. The worst person that they have never met, because that's really most of the time people on here you've never met, but that's the worst person they've never met, right? And I have accepted that, and I'm good with that. My soul is good with that. Hello, CKJ, how are you? Happy New Year. I have accepted that, and I'm okay with that. I have made up in my mind, I'm not kissing nobody's tail, nobody's butt, and nobody's ass, okay? In 2026, I've never been good with being an ass kisser. That would be so fake on me, you'll see it. So I just made it up in my mind. If I ain't feeling it, if I ain't feeling you, I'm not going to pretend anymore. I think a lot of the times, because we are taught to be, in society, we're taught to be, aesthetically pleasing or be nice to everyone. And I'm not saying be rude to everyone, but what I am saying is it's okay to be cordial with people, but you have to be discerning and you can't be a fool. That was one thing that I learned coming up. Don't ever let somebody run over you. My grandparents stressed that all the time because they knew the world that we lived in. And if you are pure weak in mind, in spirit, mentally, physically, spiritually, you will get ran over. Emotionally, people will run over you and don't think nothing about it. So that's why your opinion about what other people think of you or what they think you should do about you should matter very little. Very little. Okay? So I'm taking heed to the stuff that I used to thought I understood consciously, subconsciously. I'm really starting to grab a hold of it. And I'm starting to apply it to my life. And I told y'all this last time when I went live. I said 99% of people don't care what you're going through. And the person that told me, I no longer talk to that person no more, but she was telling the truth. 99% of people do not care about what you're going through. So why sit up there and worry about what other people think of you? Now, again, I'm not saying go around here being nasty, mean-spirited, nothing like that. But at the end of the day, if you are being yourself and you trying to treat people right the best that you can, and you just trying to live life the best you can, that's the only thing you can do. You can't worry about what other people think of you all the time. You can't worry about how other people feel or accept you or don't accept you. Be glad for those who reject you. Be glad, because you never know. The people that rejected you, they weren't for you for the most part anyway. It was some people, hey CX, it was some people that had blocked me back in the past. And I used to be like, dang, what I do to them? I wasn't trying to do nothing. And I used to get kind of upset about it because I'm like, I didn't do nothing to them. I don't remember. And I was like, well, what did I say? Something? Did somebody else say something I said or something I didn't say? Like I would think about everything in my mind, like why this person blocked. But now I'm like, I don't care. And matter of fact, I might have blocked you, right? But I used to wonder. And because, as humans, we want to be liked. We want to be loved and known by someone. We want to be accepted, right? But all the time, it's not going to be that way. And it might be the best thing ever, because those people that did leave my life, those people that did block me or I blocked them, didn't need to be there. And it was a blessing in disguise, right? A blessing in disguise. So I've learned so much being on this app, and that's why, and I've learned so much in life, and I'm still learning. You never, as long as you're living, you never stop learning. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people when they say, I'm too old to change. That's your mindset. You're too old to change because that's what you choose to be like. But none of us are too old to change. None of us are too old to realize some things in life we could have done differently, or some things that we didn't see in the right type of view, right? So as I realize, hey Mike, as I get older, I realize, I said, I need to be worried about two people: my creator, number one, and how I think of who I am. Who am I when I shut this computer down? When I'm behind the scenes, who am I? Who am I when I'm not around a group of people and I'm just to myself? Am I still valuable if I don't get attention that day? Am I still valuable if people don't say I'm beautiful or think I am, all of that? Am I still valuable if people think I have a low IQ? Am I still valuable? So those are the questions that we have to ask and be very truthful to ourselves. We have to be very truthful to ourselves. So I am really doing a lot of I would say personal development, that some things I maybe didn't do or pay attention to, or maybe didn't develop at a certain age. I am learning a lot of that now. Because in my 20s, I thought I knew everything. I thought that, whatever my dad and, my older people in my family, they didn't know what they were talking about. And I thought I knew everything, and I knew absolutely nothing. I knew absolutely nothing about the world and how people operate. And because to a certain extent, I was sheltered in a way. There's a lot of things I wasn't exposed to just because I was in the hood because of my upbringing, right? So a lot of things that maybe my friends was exposed to, I wasn't, because in a way, my people sheltered me to an extent. And then when I got out into the world, my mind and my eyes started opening up to a lot of the things that I was sheltered from. So when you are going through this life, you realize I don't need that much acceptance from people, and especially people that I don't know. I don't need that much acceptance from people that are not good for me. I don't need that. Before, you need a lot of that because you just don't know who you are. You're lost in the sauce. You're lost and you're sinking like quicksand because you're trying to prove something to people that you may not really be, you know? Um, and I see when I see a lot of things where people try to do certain things, they overdo it. There's some type of void in you when you overdo a thing. And it may not be noticeable to the everyday person, but the person that's really observant or a person that's really discerning, in the world standard, they call it the third eye. I call it discernment from the Holy Spirit, right? So, or some people call it a gut feeling. When you're really paying attention, or intuitive, when you're really paying attention to people and you start to understand that nobody just does things just for just because. They do it for a reason most of the time. It's not because of the pureness of their heart. That's a bunch of crap. Sometimes they do it just for a reason that is not in a good reason, not good intentions. But when I see people doing the most and they don't have to be seen, to be known, to be accepted, it's very alarming to me that you might not know who you are. You might not realize that you are God's masterpiece. You might not realize that you don't have to do that much just to get attention. You might not realize that you're just that great without getting the approval of everybody. You might not realize that you're a work in progress and you're not as evil as people want to paint you out to be. But when you have identity crisis and you hide behind other things, you'll never get it because you get your identity from those things. People get their identity from money. People get their identity on how many men or women they can get. People get their identity for how beautiful, how handsome they are. People get their identity on how good they can do a thing, a hobby, a talent or a gift that they may have. That's where they get their identity from. People get their identity on how mean they can be, how hateful they can be, how much they can cuss and act a fool. So when you learn to do some soul searching and I would say some soul searching in 2026, and you start really putting a mirror at yourself and not so much pointing at the other people, you can kind of see where you need to kind of improve, where you are lacking. Okay. Yes, I have super chats on my vertical too. So you start to see that, and I'm really thankful that I'm starting to grow up, and that hey, Captain Wolf, and that I'm not worried about what everybody thinks of me, because I already know there's going to be negative. There's already going to be some people that's going to think the worst of me because they just want to think the worst of me. They want to think I'm the worst person they never met. But that's fine. That's fine. I can rest at night. When I go to sleep, I am snoring. I don't have a care in the world. So that means your dislike for me is not effective. You're calling me out my name, saying I'm this or that, is not effective. It's just not. I can sleep real good at night, snoring and all. So I really started to pay attention to myself, and I hope that you guys are seeing some things in your life this year that you want to move. Hey, Miss Collins, how are you? Hey, Myron. That you are wanting to improve in your life, and that we stop making excuses and stop trying to prove ourselves and convince people and appease people that don't care, you know. Um, and I'm glad to do this because this was something that I used to deal with. I used to try to convince people. I used to try to get people to see, hey, I'm really not this type of person. But then I started to realize people gonna think what they gonna think. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Are you gonna let that affect your life? Or are you gonna let that affect your peace? Are you gonna let that affect your sleep at night? Absolutely not. I refuse to. And guess another thing, I refuse to play around with demons in 2026. I had already started that 2025, even though every now and then I entertain it just a little bit, just to be petty boots, Selena in the house at times. But at this time, I refuse to go back and forth with folks. I refuse to go out of my way for folks that ain't going out their way for me. I refuse to appease and try to convince people that I'm not this type of person, that I'm this type of person. I could care less. You can feel whatever you want to feel. You have that right. One thing God gave us, every human being, is free will to choose on how we feel and what we do and say. That's free will. So I cannot change your opinion, neither am I trying. Right? So stop trying to subconsciously pay attention to yourself. Stop trying to appease other people. Stop trying to show people that you all of that in a bag of chips and doing the most. It's too many people be doing the most. And I'm like, do they realize they're just screaming? For those that are really looking and discerning and intuitive, just screaming, please accept me. Please notice me. Please think this kind of things of me. I don't want you to see my bad. I don't want you to see my flaws and my dark side. I want you to see this side. I want you to see how wonderful I am, how giving I am, how beautiful I am. Please accept me. That's all people be saying. They just do it differently. And a lot of the times people don't literally say that. It's if you're, like I said, if you're looking at a person and you're really discerning, you can understand why people do what they do. And it's not judgmental. It is what it is. There's some people that do the most because that's where they get their identity. That's where they think that's who they think that they are, because they can do this or they can do that or look like that. It is what it is. And that's not judgment. It's the truth. People don't ever just do things just because. It's a reason why people do what they do. It's the reason. So I don't get too impressed with people and how they flaunt their whatever they got going on. That's why I even stopped trying to do thirst traps, even though I will at times put some nice pictures up that I think is nice of me and put it on my content, because I'm learning to love myself and appreciate who I am and appreciate the beauty that God gave me and some that I have enhanced by makeup, even though, like I said, I've shown where I've gone with or without makeup. But the point is, I even have to look at my stuff and see, am I getting my identity from this or that? And vanity is a sneaky sin. It can sneak up on you before you realize it, right? Vanity. And vanity is not always beauty. It's material things that other people possess as well. Anything that you deem to be worth more than your creator, it's vanity, right? So I really had kind of did some soul searching with myself, and I said, subconsciously, I may have tried to convince people or appease to other people. Hey, Sour Patch, or appease to people because I wanted to be accepted in some type of way. And it's okay to accept that about yourself. It's okay to realize that, because again, we all as human beings have that natural part of us that wants to be loved and accepted from other human beings. That's okay. It just shouldn't be a major part of your life on how you move and who you are as a person. You should never get your purpose and your value from what others feel about you or how they see you, rather. All right. So those are some of the things I have learned and am constantly learning. So if you are trying to get acceptance from other people that don't accept you, if you're trying to prove to people that you're not this type of person, but you're wasting your time. Okay? You're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy, and it would behoove you to move on. Because if a person feel what they feel about you, that's usually they're the judge and jury, and hey, they go on with that. And they will and can use it against you because they just want to, right? So once we understand that, we move accordingly, and we understand that everybody's not going to like us, everybody's not going to accept us. You cannot do nothing to people. This is how crazy. See, for me, you have to rub me the wrong way for me not to too much care for you. You can't just be a pretty woman or a man, that don't pay no attention. Like, you have to do something to me. You have to rub me the wrong way, or somebody that I care for the wrong way, for me to be like, I don't like you. It's something about you I don't like it, or it's something that I noticed that I'm like, I may not dislike you, but I'm like, why did this person always do that? Like, that's just dumb, or they don't make no sense to me. And I just be, and sometimes it's not that I may not dislike a person, I just may not like some of the things that they do, and it's like, because I don't understand why you doing the most, right, on certain things. But then, there is sometimes when people do rub me the wrong way, or I see something, I'm like, yeah, I don't fool with you. And I don't care nothing about you not accepting me. Like I said, this year, I'm not going back and forth, and I'm not going out of my way for nobody if you ain't going out the way for me. And that's how I believe. I've been preaching reciprocity, and I stand on it. That's something I stand on. Reciprocity. If I don't get reciprocity, you ain't getting it. So, like, that's how I feel about it. People may think of me being harsh on that, but that's just my truth, and I'm sticking to it. Like, we ain't doing it. So, those are the things that I've accepted about myself. There's some things that there's a non-negotiables for me. It's non-negotiables for me for disrespect. It's non-negotiables for me for you playing in my face and I act like I don't see it no more. I see it, and I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to move around from you. That's what I see. That's how I deal with it. It's just some things just non-negotiable. And at this point in my life, a lot of the stuff that I be seeing, I'm not finna play with it. Like, you just not my type of people. And a lot of the times you get people, and see, this is another thing I don't understand about some people. I just don't. Can I just be real with y'all just a little bit? Because I want to say this. I don't ever like to offend people. Well, some people I don't care about offending, but for the most part, my audience and people that I that support me, I don't ever try to be offensive, purposely. But I don't understand people that want so much loyalty and support from you, but they can't give it to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand folks like that. Don't ask for something that you're not giving another person. And that's just something I just want to say, because I just see a lot. And then I'm real skeptical about a lot of times when people call me um sis, but you're not acting so sisterly. I'm skeptical about that because I've been in some situations. People want to, I love you. You don't know me. Now I know I love people. I love human beings. You know, I don't go around being hateful, but and then people are snakes because then they'll turn around after they say love you, they'll use anything against you when they get mad. You know, and sometimes people just won't come out and just be real and just act like they don't like you. They pretend like I don't got a problem with you, but they really do. They really don't like you like that. It may be because of the attention or how maybe some certain people respect you, or I don't know. I don't really like. I don't fool with a lot of people like that. And when I see it, I kind of keep you at arm's length. Hey Russell, how are you? I kind of keep you at arm's length because I don't know. I sense some time you on that I really don't appreciate because I'm really at the point. I don't like people playing in my face. I can't say it enough. Yeah, your family do that too sometimes. Now the ones I deal with, I haven't had that to happen so far, and thank God for that. Now the ones I don't really deal with, I don't know because I'm not around them like that. But the people in my family that I do, I don't really have that type of problem. We pretty much straight up and genuine with each other. But I just don't, and that's how social media is a very funny place because you just don't know. Even in real life sometimes you don't know people who are who. You see so many people dating folks, and then they end up being on the news because they done unalive the person. And that's and social media is like that too. You just don't know people. And I just don't, people that I have tried to be nice to and try to be genuine to, people are just, I don't know, I just see a lot of fakeness. And I don't like people playing in my face. I get real offended because as much as some people may think I have a low intellect or low IQ, I'm highly intelligent and I know what I see when I see it. So I may play dumb like a dumb blonde, but I see everything. But I don't know. I'm just, this year I have gotten real kind of like, I ain't got time for no games, and I don't want nobody playing in my face, and I'm not gonna play in yours. Either I rock with you or I don't, and either you rock with me or you don't, and I'm good either way. Hey Drip, hey Maurice, I'm good either way. You know, um, but I just noticed that, so um I don't know. I had to think about, because I really try my best. I'm not walking on eggshells, but I'm trying to articulate it in a way that people will understand what I'm saying. But so many times you'll get people that say they rock with you, they don't rock with you. And you'll know it by how they treat you. You can't go by people's words, and no, that stuff is dead. No words. You go by actions. What a person is showing you, right? So miss me with that. Like I said, it's some things I'm not gonna do. I'm not going back and forth with demons. And also, I'm not going out of my way for anyone that's not going out of their way for me. So that right there, it that shows, that makes your dealings with people very small when you realize it. So I'm gonna put the link because I really haven't been going live, and I haven't been able to put the link down on the YouTube live. So if anybody wants to come up that actually has something to say about this topic, you're more than welcome to come up. Now, don't be a panel killer. I have to tell people, but if you guys can help me reach my goal, I appreciate it. Y'all don't mind helping these other folks reach their goal. Help me to reach my goal. I don't go live all the time. And that's another thing. I appreciate and respect content creators that, go live and they make their money. I respect, and I'm not jealous either on that. And I hope that they keep making their coins. But when you see the small content creators like me, and I don't, and we're trying to do and do decent content, hey, if you got $1 or $2, help us to reach our goal. Help us to reach our goal, especially if we come with purpose. I'm not talking out of my butt, right? I'm not blowing hot air. I go live now with a purpose. I'm not just going live just to be talking and wasting my time and yours. So bless a sister at time, sometimes. You said fact. Right. Actions. It's about actions. No one wants to hear your sweet words. And it was an older woman that said, Selena, don't let the men say sweet nothings in your ear. Thank you so much, Russell. I appreciate it. And I used to be like, what? I was like, what's she talking about? And then I started to realize, I said, oh yeah, okay, Miss Larry. Because Miss Larry always tell me, Selena, don't let them men say sweet nothings in your ear. Yeah, it's about action. What you showing me? As Tom Cruise say, show me the money. Right? Show me. So shout out to Russell. But yeah, I really hope that this word has helped somebody today. Again, like I said, stop worrying about what people think so much of you. What you think about yourself. What you think about yourself, who you think you are. Who do you think you are? That's the only thing that matters at the end of the day. Not what Divine D think of me. Not what Chill think of me. Not what Cutting It. What do Selena think about Selena? Who is Selena trying to prove? Who is Selena trying to please? Who is Selena trying to be? Right? Who is Selena? Right? That's what I'm more concerned about. If you don't like how I say things, if I'm not articulate enough for you, if my diction is not perfect, if I have my accent and do a little slang or say something that may not be what you want it to be, hey, charge it to my head, charge it to my head and not my heart. I am who I am. And I'm, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not here to please nobody anyway. I got 2 people I'm concerned about. My creator and myself. What do I think of me? All right, Maurice. Be authentic and be authentic. Be organic. Be yourself. See, that's one thing about me. I can be myself and not try to be like anybody else. And there's so much freedom in that. Hey, Taryn, it's so much freedom. I'm not trying to be like Miss Kyla. I'm not trying to be like Phoenix. I'm being Selena. And I'm good with that. I feel good about that. You get so much gratification when you stop trying to appease everybody. When you stop trying to convince people about who you are. That's freedom. See, a lot of the times we're in bondage because we are in bondage by other people and things. Material things can only get you so far. Beauty can only get you so far. Your talent and gifts can only get you so far. Right? It's about who you are. Now let's see what Russell got to say. Now, can I have somebody that that got somebody else that would like to come up as well? Hey, Russell, how are you?
So you inviting other people up while I'm up. Okay. I got it.
Oh,
Hey,
channel.
I sent you that money because I want to control your channel. So you gotta be
Okay.
quiet. You gotta talk what I want to talk about. Okay. Damn all this shit you talk about.
Oh Lord. See what you got, Russell. What do you think? Were you one of those people that was always worried about what people thought about you and all this kind of stuff? It really I want to know from a man's point of view. What do you think about that?
As far as what? Maybe when I was like a teenager, yeah. A young man, yeah. Or maybe depending on it's depending on a lot of situations.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I was in the streets, and somebody put a tag on you, then you had to clear that up. Yeah, you did care about what people say because
Okay.
you know the consequences of that. Just like with you being a female, if a bunch of guys start putting lies out there saying you was a 304, you got to clean
Right.
that shit up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's just certain things, what I'm saying, that people say about certain people, and then you got to clean that up. Your perception, yeah, you care about that, but just in general, no. I mean, that's why I ain't no content creator. That's why I let y'all do the entertaining. I just threw the money. Shit, fuck all that.
So let me ask you this, Russell, like because you get a lot of backlash. I mean, people like to say you're this, you're that, and whatever. Does that any of that just a little bit kind of irritate you or frustrate you in any kind of way? Because I'm curious about it. Are you
Damn, I
there,
ain't
Russell?
even. Yeah, nah, I
Okay.
hear you now. You cut out. I don't know if it was on my end or yours.
No,
Can you
what I was
repeat the
saying
question?
was the little things like people that do say things about you. Does some of that thing, the things that people say, does any of that sometimes irritate you or frustrate you or make you mad in any kind of way sometimes? Honestly.
No, but then this is the thing about uh I'm not gonna say our sector, but because I've seen it done in other sectors. I've seen people say like you say something, right? Say like you said, I dated an NBA player, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then people will add on to the story. Yeah, you heard she dated like 5, 10 NBA players. She led about 5, 10 dudes, you know what I'm saying? This and that. So you got a lot of people who add on to a story that really ain't really a story. And then you got to come back and just correct the issue. That's all.
Okay,
You know.
so but there's never been a time because I've seen you at a time get upset and you went off on somebody, which was well deserved. But I've seen you kind of go out. So something, to be honest with you, what the person said did make you mad though, for real.
Well, you got to understand back then, that's when I was just start hitting the panels, and I just start getting new to the form of, getting on the panels and in the chats and all the other stuff. Back then I was just ghost watching because
Mm-hmm.
I was working at the same time, but I was just ghost watching. But then when you start interacting with other people, then yeah, people gonna say some shit to rile you up, and then you're gonna respond. You know what I'm saying? But now it's just to the point where it's like just like you. It's just like, enough is enough. I mean, how long we got to keep doing this? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's gonna be
Exactly.
the same people we going at. It's gonna be the same issue. And see, you like me. Uh, once I fall out with you on this platform, you know what I'm saying. If it wasn't a big issue, I can overlook it. But
Right. Me too.
once you once you say something, throw it off or messed up to a point, man, I'm done with you. Only
Yeah,
time I
that's
wa-
exactly.
only time I want to see you is when I'm in your face, and well, but we gonna leave that alone. But you know
That
what I'm
part.
saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
part.
I'm ready to
Uh-huh.
rock
Yeah.
and roll. Ain't no more words for it. It's just straight action. And
Right.
let's get
Right.
down to it, player.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I am as well. I try to forgive and stuff like that, and be a forgiving person. But I'm not. If you do, some people just do too much. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind people be having maybe thinking differently than me, or maybe not even seeing things my way, or seeing, things that I feel, well, just agreeing with me. I don't mind that. I don't even mind people challenging me sometimes. But when you just too disrespectful, when I've been nothing but respectful to you, that's when, and you go too far, that's when I'm like, I ain't got nothing for you. I don't have nothing for you. And yeah, like I said, and when I see you, I'm still have that same energy. Because but I don't believe in going back and forth. I've always been a person that was about action. So it ain't gonna be no, I don't believe in a lot of words all the time. That's just us redundant, and I think that a lot of the times people just go too far. They go too far and it's to the point of no return. So when it's like that, I leave you alone, because I'm not trying to go to prison, right?
Yeah,
So I leave
yeah,
people alone.
yeah. But that's the thing about it, and we in a content creator space, to where it's a lot of these people who they don't know nothing about real life because they really wasn't a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Majority of their interaction is on this app. You know what I'm saying? On YouTube, or talking shit on the game, or whatever the situation is, and then body in that mandatory. You know what I'm saying? And then when somebody try to check him, so that's the first problem. But the second problem, I think, is like when when they talking shit to somebody and people supporting it and putting money behind it and everything. And I've done it before too. So
Yeah, if
I'm
it's
my own
somebody you don't
hypocrite.
like.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I can hype a motherfucker up, and once that creator start getting that money, he gonna talk about him even more, because it's beneficial. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right,
the
right,
benefits of and the rewards of downgrading of somebody that y'all both don't rock with. So yeah, but like I said, you probably, it's probably a touch you more than what it would me, because you're a female and
yeah.
y'all got a little bit more emotions and feelings. But at the end of the day, also you went through a lot worse than what I did, because you had like a whole goddamn sector, you know what I'm saying, going at you because you had a issue with certain people, and that
Right.
was that's kind of crazy. I ain't had that, you know what I'm saying, but
But guess
yeah.
what? Guess what? That look, I'm Oak Cliff strong. That's the
Yeah,
difference between me and a
yeah.
lot of other folks.
Hey, listen. And I knew you was getting mad. And like I said, my cousin them down there in Dallas said, boy, when y'all start getting mad, them her
What you say, Russell? You broke up. What did you say?
oh my bad. Did you hear me?
I can hear you now. What you say?
Yeah, when y'all start doing them R's hard, them ers, and come in here, and I'm like, oh yeah, she mad, the motherfucker. Yeah, she ready to go. Yeah, that's that
Oh,
Dallas
yes,
talk.
indeed. But
Yeah.
like I said, that just shows you I'm country strong. I don't back down. And as much as people want to say, I got more balls than some men. So I'm gonna tell you that. I've never ran from anything. I
I
don't like
give you that one.
confrontations. Yeah, I don't like confrontations, but I'm not running either. I've always
Yeah.
been that way. And that's where people they found out real quick. I had a girl in elementary school. She was a bully. She always tried to fight folks and stuff like that. And she tried me one day. She hit me for no reason. And I slapped her back. And then she hit me again. I hit her back. And then she looked at me. She said, "You crazy." I said, "I sure am. Now get the hell away from me." And I was in 4th grade. Like I said, I'm like, I don't know who, I guess maybe because of how people perceive you to be. And this is a thing, people judge you because they can only go by maybe what they see or what they hear, of course. But maybe, when people they see, oh, she this, she ain't, she too cute, she too much of, she a Christian and all that. Christians weren't no punks back in the day, and I ain't no punk today, right? I'm not no punk. Just because I believe in certain things don't mean I'm gonna back down. Just this that don't mean, that's gonna mean the total opposite. I'm gonna get with you. Now, as I get older, I'm learning how to do it differently than maybe I would have did a few years ago or maybe a year ago, because I'm a growing progress. But at the end of the day, I don't back down for nothing. Period. And
Hey,
I
let me
wasn't
ask,
going to.
let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Say you about to somebody run up on you and y'all about to get it in, right? As far as squabbling, right?
Mm-hmm.
You taking your shoes off? You going barefoot on that ass?
I'm throwing them glasses somewhere. Hopefully they'll land somewhere. I may be taking this lace front off.
Yo,
If
the
I
wind
got
coming
heels,
off. Oh,
yeah,
you
if I
fighting
take,
hard.
because you know that's what women do. They go for the
Yeah, they go
for the
grab.
hair
Yeah,
first.
yeah. Oh, I
And
missed them days.
and then I'm
Oh,
taking, if I got heels, I'm taking them off, or whatever. And I'm gonna get in my stance and I'm gonna be ready.
I feel
That's
you.
what I'm gonna do.
All right, I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah, I'm
you low to the ground too, so you know
yeah. Hey,
you
Jumbo,
about.
Jimbo. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna get in my stance and be ready. So and have my hands in the right position. So I know, what to do, protecting my face and going for the gusto. Like I said, my thing is, and it's not all about fighting, but it's about your inner strength. And one thing that as me being on here, it taught me so much about myself that I'm really stronger than what I ever thought I was. Any other female that would have happened to, that's not used to social media and not being cyberbullied or anything like that, would have ran. They would have disabled their app. They would have got the hell up off of here. But I was like, hell no, nobody's running me off. Even when I wanted to leave, I talked to I wasn't going to. When I leave, it's because my time is up here. I'm moving on to bigger and better things. But nobody is going to make me. Nobody has that power but me and the good Lord. Other than that, no. I back down for nobody. I've always been that way. And I'm not doing talk. I'm not a bunch of talk either. I'm for real. If I have my sister on here, she will tell you. If I have my cousins and people that know me in real life, friends and people I know, they will tell you, Selena not lying. I don't back down for nobody.
Yeah, that's a lot of ass to be moving. I just want to let you know that. But yeah, I had that situation this Christmas break. I went down to go see my people, man, and I got a drunk cousin, kinfolk, man, family member, and he kind of, you know, started getting flipped at the mouth type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And my old days, man, I just listen, man. No hesitation, man. I'm just gonna slap you, man, and whatever happens for after that. But I held my composure because I knew if I did do that, my other family members probably would have jumped in, and I probably would have, took a beating. But it's just,
What the hell?
you just, yeah, I know, I'm everywhere, but yeah, I just had to get that out.
Yeah,
My
brother,
kinfolk,
you just going.
yeah, I'm venting right now. I was really looking for Miss Collins, man. I was gonna take
Miss
Miss
Collins,
Collins.
Phoenix won't come up. Phoenix
Yeah,
probably busy,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Miss
I
Collins
don't
ain't
know
gonna
what,
come up. Come on,
man.
Miss Collins.
I was looking for Miss Collins, man. I was gonna take it occasions, man. Manchus, man. We gonna go down, chill out. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Get some beignets or something like that.
Nah, I don't eat that. I don't. You know what? I don't even eat crawfish. I don't eat that shit.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah,
eat crawfish?
I have. It's not my favorite, but I do eat.
Yeah,
I like seafood though.
Oh, you like them? You like them crab boils and shit?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I like shrimp. I really do. I do like shrimp, and so I'll eat a lot of that. I used to boy back in the day. I used to love me some red lobster back
Oh,
in the
that's what I'm
day.
gonna take you then. Yeah, that's
No,
what I'm gonna take you. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna take you.
and
I
but
was gonna say razzoos, but I'm gonna take it red lobster.
no, that
Sound
no
good.
razzoos is not good to me.
It's
It's
not
not
good.
good Cajun food. Not good Cajun food. And then they have another good place down here. Look, I'm getting off. You done got me off target. I'm trying to
Go
stay
ahead.
focused.
Go ahead.
But yeah, what did you say? Cajun is where we get our ball. What's he say? I can't see
Yeah.
the
Who? Oh, Miss Collins. Yeah, Cajuns. Yeah, is where we
okay.
get our ball crawfish. Yep. Cajuns be hitting though. Cajuns. If you ever go to New Orleans, just go to Cajuns. They got some
Okay.
good food. And you want
Oh,
some good fried?
that's the
You want
restaurant.
some? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a restaurant. It's called Cajuns.
Oh, okay.
But if you want some good fried chicken like Williams or Rudy's, they got
No,
a.
Williams to me is the best fried chicken to me.
Oh man, here we go. When
Yeah.
Rudy stopped being the best?
The Brewers
Cause
stopped
he,
being the best a few years ago. Once I it seemed like once I got out of elementary, I
he
say
pro-
in the mid 2000s, it started to go downhill. Rudy started to go downhill from there. And I
man,
don't know if
see,
it's because they got some new cooks in there or what. But I was not feeling Rudy's. But back when I was a kid, my daddy would go get me some Rudy because I used to love me some Rudy's chicken, and that was so good. And but after that, it seemed like after the mid 2000s, that's when it went downhill. And no, Williams is the best. So if y'all come to Dallas, make sure y'all go to Williams Chicken. Okay.
man, listen. Uh, Williams ain't hitting like that, but Rudy's maybe because you ate it so long and you accustomed to it. But listen, ain't too many people putting that seasoning on there and giving you a roll and that pepper with it. You ain't getting that. You ain't getting that. Williams ain't doing that.
Now,
All
crispy. What is it called? Christy or crispy? I think it's called crispy because it's down there. There's a well, I have a lot of people that in a place called Mahia, Texas, and Mahia, Texas is this place called Crispies. I
in
think
the
that's what
gas
it.
station.
No, it's a restaurant, little small restaurant. They have the
Oh no.
best. They used to have the best chicken and the some good rolls,
Hmm.
and that's down there in Mahia, Texas.
Okay, I'll check
Uh,
it out. Wherever
that's
that's
where.
at, I'll go down there.
Yeah, that's
That
like
East
South.
Texas.
No, that's South Texas.
Damn. So you going like back towards like Austin, Waco, something like that?
Yeah, more. I would say more of Waco. Then it's like Houston. It's like South. So, are you familiar with what is that? Are you familiar with Fairfield?
I heard of it, but
Fairfield.
I don't know. I don't know
Okay,
exactly
so
where
you
it's at.
gonna go through Fairfield. There's a place called Tig, Mahia. All of those are more South Texas.
Yeah, see, I ain't never. They
Mhm.
got a penitentiary over there. Tell me the penitentiary's over there.
I know it's one in it's the
Tennessee
one
Colony.
in Sam Houston, the one where the Sam Houston University is at. What is that?
Oh, you talking about down there by Huntsville?
Yeah, it's called,
Oh, okay. So you going back down 45 then to
Yeah,
get there? Okay, all right. Now I know where you talking.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mahia. Yeah, so it's a small town, but
So
they
that's
had
close to Ferguson then.
Anna Nicole Smith is from Mahia, Texas. She used to work there in the 80s before she went to Houston and became a stripper. It's called what is it called? Is it called Crispy? Let me see. Because I used to go down there
Is
when
it
my
close to
grandma
Madisonville? Yeah,
Madisonville.
Madisonville got a Bucky's in there now. Madisonville is like the halfway point between Houston and Dallas.
Yeah, it could be close. Uh-huh. I think it might be. Let me see. Restaurant. I gotta
But no,
ask
I
him.
got you off your topic, man. Come on, let's get back on topic. And I don't want to goddamn, you know.
Yeah, but
Everybody in chat probably like, man, get this old motherfucker.
yeah. But anyway, but yeah, that's basically what my live was about. Just not worrying about people's opinions of you. You're going to have to live your own life. Quit trying to convince other people that you're a great person or you are this type of person. Whatever people have said about you, and in a negative way, and you try to convince people otherwise, people are going to think what they want to think. So it's up to you to prove to yourself and be who you are. Quit finding your identity and stuff that is not going to matter at the end of the day. You can't take money with you. You can't take your beauty with you. You can't take all this other stuff that it don't mean a hell of beans at the end of the day. So you need to try to find your own identity and quit trying to appease and convince other folks. That's the basis of this live stream. So that's I hope that somebody got something from what I said. And oh, you
You know the
said okay.
sad, you know the sad part about that.
Uh-huh.
Most of the people that need to hear this message is you don't even rock. Well,
Well,
because you got a lot of fragile individuals that yeah in
well,
this
the
sector.
thing is, a lot of times your enemies listen. You're either your enemies or people that may not dislike you, but they just kind of stay in the bushes. They always watch you. They always listen to you because sometimes they're your fans, and unbeknownst to you, you just think that they hate you or just dislike you so much, but really they be your greatest fans. So those are the things, like the people that even though I don't fool with or rock with it, or that are not, sub up to me for whatever reason because they don't like me or they feel a way about me. That don't mean that they don't watch me. That don't mean that they hear what I say. They probably will never admit it, but I'm not worried about that. Whatever my message is supposed to do to help, it's gonna help whoever it help. Even it may even help a person I don't like or that don't like me. You know what I'm saying? But I can't worry about that. What I'm gonna do, what I need to do, and like I said, when I come on here, it's for purpose. It's not because I just want to talk. Because I can pick up the phone and call somebody, or I can go to somebody's house, so they can come to mine. I'm on here because this was something that kind of touched me in a way, and that I'm learning, and I wanted to give it to other people. So whoever it helps, that it, I'm not concerned about that. So, and a
I
lot of
got you. I got you.
yeah, a lot of the times, people that don't like you, they watch you more than the people that do, which is crazy to me. But
Yeah,
okay,
I got you. I got you.
yeah.
I got you. But yeah. Respect. So just since you want to talk, just put your number and your address in back chat. You know?
Now listen, look. Let me do this right quick because I had to do that little. I had to do that little sound. You like them sounds, Russell?
Nah, what is that? Let me hear it. You got to turn it up a little bit. I couldn't hear.
You hear it?
No, I
You
don't
don't
hear
hear it?
nothing. Ask the
Oh,
chat. They might hear it. I can't hear it on my end. You know I'm
can,
old.
can y'all hear it, chat? Can y'all hear that laughing? Tell me if y'all can hear.
Definitely can't hear no laughing. I thought it was like a sigh or something. I don't know what the hell that was.
Miss Collins, can you hear it? Let me play it again. That's the laughter. Oh, you can hear it.
Nah,
So
I didn't
you
hear it.
can, yeah. But
Yeah, I
anyway,
can't hear it.
it was laughing. It was just, oh,
Well,
definitely just laughing.
see, I don't feel like this is kind of fair, man. Because see, if this was real money, you wouldn't have no problem giving this information up. But see, when it comes to a brother like me, I don't understand it. But it's all good, man.
Russell, that's not, you
It's
know,
all good.
you know,
No, no, you
don't try
missing
to
rare
put that
money.
on me. Don't try to put that on me. No,
You miss.
no, 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 don't do it. Don't do it. No, I told you before. I said no, no more YouTube. I don't do no YouTube. I don't do no YouTube.
So
Now it is one person that I might meet would be it's a female, but I don't want to interact with my personal with anybody online because of the situations I've been in. So I prefer, to keep it just yeah, no, I don't want to give out my number no more or
man,
anything of that nature.
YouTube, YouTube cats will mess it up for me, man. That's cold, boy. Hey, boy. Black folks will mess it up for the next person, boy. I tell you, man.
Yeah, they sure will. And like I said, once you've dealt with enough of people that you try to be, nice to and things of that nature, you start wising up. And a lot of times it's unfortunate, but people ruin it for other folks. And now because I have a peace of mind, I'm gonna keep a peace of mind. I don't want no extra drama. And it's nothing personal with nobody, but it's just that, well, not, if I rock with you, it's nothing personal, but it's just I have to protect me. And at the end of the day, and I like to keep YouTube and personal, and that just is to protect myself, because I've been in so many situations where I was too accessible when I shouldn't have been. So that's just what I have learned from that. So, but you still my boy, you one of my favorite people
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
uh
ain't tripping. I ain't tripping,
yeah.
Selena. Hey man, they just let me know. I can't on YouTube. It's a no go. But when I catch you in the streets, it's all good, baby. It's all good.
Oh, Miss Russell. But let me get on off of here. I done been on
All
here
right,
long, an hour and 30 minutes. You know me. That's going beyond.
appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let me come up. I'll
Yeah,
let you.
you're always welcome, Russell. All right. Shout out to Russell. Shout out to everybody that donated to me today. I really appreciate it. And I just want to give everybody an applause for pressing the like button. If you share this live, I appreciate you. If you just came in just to say hello, I appreciate you. Let me give you an applause. This is so cute. These sounds are so cute. And so, oh guys, did you like my song at the beginning? Let me see. I don't know if some of you guys were in here, but my homeboy did this little track for me. And let me know if you guys can hear it.
Selena, Selena. Selena, Selena. Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Ooh, what we talking about? What we talking about? Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Girl, you know I wanna hear it all. I know you got the tea right. Lighten up the city right. City lights. Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Ooh, what we talking about? What we talking about? Selena, Selena.
I thought that was so cute. So shout out to my boy, my real homeboy from Oak Cliff, Kevin. I just love these sounds. But thank you so much, Cutting Edge. Cutting Edge says, keep living in the real life though, Miss Selena. I love how you being on a positive, joyful path. Really happy to see. Thank you so much, Cutting Edge. Cutting Edge is one of my encouragers. I really appreciate you guys for showing me some love. And even those that when I don't go live, you still have kept your membership. I really appreciate that too, because you didn't have to do it. And on my next live stream, I don't know what day that's going to be this week, but I'm going to give a Cash App giveaway because I want to also pour back into my subscribers if I can. I wish I could get everybody some money or everybody something, But I hope that I gave you some nuggets today. If you are one of those people that's so concerned about what other people think of you, or you're not getting your value, you're getting your value from other things, you need to do some self-evaluation. You're going through a identity crisis. And I would say that you need to get that in order, because if not, it's going to be like quicksand. You're going to be so busy trying to prove to other people who you are, who you're not, and you're going to lose yourself in the process. So that's a real scary place to be. So thank you so much, guys, for coming through. I hope everybody has a great Monday, a safe Monday, and that that you get some rest tonight. And thank you so much for your support again. And I'm out. Love you to Reese's Pieces. Let me see.
Selena, Selena. Selena, Selena. Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Ooh, what we talking about? What we talking about? Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Girl, you know I wanna hear it all. I know you got the tea right, right. Lighting up the city right, city lights. Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Ooh, what we talking about? What we talking about? Selena, Selena.